Now this point describes us about the algebra of functions. Algebra of functions means, for suppose if we have f comma z, then we need to think about some constant multiplication of the function or some function to the power square or cube or anything, sum or difference of any two functions, product of any two functions, division of any two functions. All these things comes under algebra of functions. Now I am taking here two functions f and g. Okay. For my convenience, I am taking two functions. See, the arrow diagrammatic representation of these two functions are given. F is a function from set A to set B. So, domain is A, codomain is B. Here in the domain, the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, and in codomain, the elements are minus 1, 0, 1. See, I am just connecting the elements of A to B. Okay, 1 is to minus 1, 3 to minus 1, right? And 2 to 1 and 4 to 1. This is first function. And whereas coming to second function, the name is G and it is from C to D. The domain of this function G is C, the domain of this function G is D, and domain contains the elements 2, 4, 6, 8, whereas range contains, codomain has the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the function G just connects 2 to 1, 4 to 2, 6 to 3 and 8 to 4. Now I am thinking about what 3F. See, first of all you just list F. F 1 minus 1. So this is one ordered pair. 2 to 1. This is another ordered pair. These are the ordered pairs of F. This F also can be written as like this. 1 comma F of 1. Why? Because this F of 1 is equals to minus 1. Because 1 is connecting to minus 1, right? 2 comma F of 2. That means F of 2 is simply nothing but 1. Because 2 is connecting to 1 as per the definition, right? And here F of 3 is equals to minus 1. F of 4 is equals to 1. That is F. Now what to say about 3F? See, 3F is simply nothing but containing the ordered pairs 1 comma 3 times of f of 1. Okay. See, the people may think that usually we need to multiply both the elements of ordered pair with 3. It is not correct actually. Okay. You just multiply the second element of the ordered pair with 3. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 comma 3 f of 1 and then 2 comma 3 f of 2 and then what? 3 comma 3 f of 3. Okay, and then 4 comma 3 f of 4. This is basically the constant multiplication of a function. See, multiplying a function with a constant is simply nothing but the elements in the first set won't change. Only the elements in the second set will change. Okay, so in the next step I will write it like this. 1 comma 3 f of 1. F of 1 is minus 1. 3 f of 1 is minus 3. Okay, 2 comma 3 f of 2. So this is 2. 3 f of 2 is, this is 1, right, and then into 3, 2 comma 3, 3 comma 3 into f of 3. Here f of 3 is minus 1, so we need to multiply with 3. And then 4 comma 3 into f of 4, 3 times of f of 4 is 1. When you multiply with 3, this is 4 comma 3. And again, if you wish to indicate it in arrow diagram form, the first set of this function 3f is again same as the first set of f, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we need to connect 1 to minus 3, we need to connect 2 to 3, and then we need to connect 3 to minus 3, and then we need to connect 4 to 3. Okay, we don't know about this second set actually for the function 3f, but the domain, the first set must be the same as with the f. Okay, and the connections, when you think, it just connects every element, okay, just to 3 times the image of that one. Okay, so at the end with this discussion we conclude that, okay, what it is, 3f of x is simply nothing but 3f. Okay, just have a look. 3f is nothing but 3 times of f of x. So here x connects to f of x, and with the definition 3f, x connects to 3 times the f of x. Just have a look. What I mentioned you at the end is, see, 3f, constant multiplication of a function, is simply nothing but we need to multiply the constant to second element of each ordered pair of the function. That's my idea. Okay, just have a look and then I will discuss about g square. Okay. So now it is g square. So first of all you just write g in list form. Okay, 2 connects to 1, so 2 1. 4 connects to 2, 4 2, and then 6 3, and then 8 4. So these are the ordered pairs of G. Okay, and then this 1 is simply nothing but as per the definition and notation of the function, This 1 is just image of 2, and that's why we write it like 2 comma g of 2. And this 2 is the image of 4, so we have a chance to write like 4 comma g of 4, 6 comma g of 6, and 8 comma g of 8. But now we are going to apply g square. So as we discussed in the previous case, constant multiplication or as well as like writing g square, you need to apply that operation square or cube or anything just only for the second elements of the ordered pairs. So now the ordered pairs of this g square are 2 comma g square of 2, 4 comma g square of 4, 6 comma g square of 6, and 8 comma g square of 8. Now if you wish 2 comma, okay, first ordered pair 2 comma, what is g of 2? G of 2 is 1 and its square is 1, so 2 comma 1. 4 comma, g of 4 is 2 and its square is 4, 4 comma 4. 6 comma, g of 6 is 3 and its square is 9, 6 comma 9. And then 8 comma 4 square is 16. Okay. Now when you represent it in arrow diagrammatic form, the first set contains 2, 4, 6, 8. This is the first set for g square. Whereas this 2 is, we need to connect for 1. 4 we need to connect for 4, 6 for 9, 8 for 16. You just don't bother about the second set, codomain. Think about the first set, that's enough. The first set, the domain for g square is for sure the domain of g. That's what we need to identify. Okay, so the domain won't change for 3f g square and these type of functions. The codomain may be different. And applying that operation 3f or g square is simply we need to apply that particular constant multiplication or applying square for the second elements of the ordered pairs. Just have a look. Now just think about f plus g or f minus g. Okay, so the third one, f plus g or f minus g. As we defined, 3f is simply nothing but 3 times of f of x. Okay, that we know it, right? G square is simply nothing but g of x whole square. Okay, that's we know it right now as we discussed in the examples. Now f plus g of x, f plus g. Okay, the function f plus g is simply nothing but f plus g of x, and that f plus g of x is again simply nothing but f of x plus g of x. We need to add the elements, right? So with that idea, we need to calculate f plus g for each and every element in the domain. For suppose, okay, first of all I am listing what you say about f plus g of 1. F plus g of 1 is simply nothing but f of 1 plus g of 1. Okay, but what is f of 1? F of 1 is just image of 1, which is minus 1. So this is equals to minus 1. Plus what is g of 1? G of 1 is simply image of 1 with respect to g. But when you look at this frame, this function g, there is no 1 in the domain for g. So you can't get its corresponding image. Since there is no image for it, so see here we don't know the element where this g, where this 1 has image with respect to z. So since we don't know this element, the addition of these two is not possible, and that's why this f plus g of 1 is also not possible. Okay. Now for suppose if you think about f plus g of 2. Okay. Now f plus g of 2 is simply nothing but f of 2 plus g of 2. And now since f of 2 plus g of 2, what is f of 2? The image of 2, which is 1 from the first function f, plus g of 2 is the image of 2 with respect to g. Then when you look at the second one, 2 maps to 1 again. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So this f plus g of 2 is 2. So now it is okay. Again, if you wish to write in the same way f plus g of 3. When you wish to write f plus g of 3, you have image of 3 with respect to f, okay, but here you don't have 3 in the domain. So again this is not possible. Okay. And then what you say about f plus g of 4. So now again this 4 is there in the first set as well as there in the second set. So f plus g of 4 is easy for us to calculate. Okay. What it is, if you calculate, the image of 4 from the first set is 1. The image of 4 from the second set is 2. If you add it is 3. But what you say about f plus g of 6? Again it is not possible. Why? Because in second function there is image for 6. But in first function there is no image. Okay. So with this discussion, I think you are very clear that f plus g is acceptable, is definable only for the values of x which is there in the domain of these two functions. That in the sense, the domain for f plus g is just the intersection part of the domains of these two, or otherwise we can't get its corresponding image, so f plus g won't become a function. So to make f plus g as a function, the domain of f plus g must be the intersection part of that the domains of these two functions f and z. So I am erasing this with this discussion. Now it is very clear that what it is clear, the domain of f plus g must be, okay. So it's a basic definition of f plus g actually. So f plus g is just f plus g of x is equals to f of x plus g of x, and domain of f plus g, domain of f plus g is equals to domain of f intersection domain of g. Here in particular a intersection c for these two functions. Here a contains 1, 2, 3, 4, g contains 2, 4, 6, 8, and the intersection part is simply 2, 4. So since the intersection part is simply 2, 4, therefore when you list the elements of the f plus g, it contains the ordered pairs 2, so what is that element? 2, f of 2 plus g of 2, okay, 4, f of 4 plus g of 4, okay, and this is equals to 2, f of 2 is 1, g of 2 also 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, and then 4, f of 4 is 1, g of 4 is 2, 3. So just we have these two ordered pairs in f plus g. So since f plus g is acceptable only for the values of x which are common for both domain of f and domain of g, the same thing is acceptable for f minus g, f into g, and f by g. For all these things, the domain is simply the intersection of domain of f intersection domain of g. Okay? Is it clear? Just have a look. So the domain for the functions either for f plus g or f minus g, f into g, f by g, or some other functions of the form 3f plus 4g, for all these type of functions, their domains are nothing but domain of f intersection domain of g. Just we need to identify the common elements, common region, common values for domain of f as well as for domain of g, and for those common values of x only these functions are definable. Okay, here in particular for these examples, the common elements are 2, 4. So when you think about these two examples, the domains is just nothing but 2, 4. So you need to calculate the range. Okay, so just keep in mind the domain for these type of functions is domain of f intersection domain of g. This is very useful idea to find the domains as well as to define these type of functions. Okay, just have a look. And when writing this f by g, you need to be sure that the denominator g never be 0. Okay, you just observe that one also when writing that f by g. Okay, and now once again if you wish to write f into g now for these two functions, since the domain is just the common elements of these two, writing f into g is simply nothing but set containing ordered pairs 2, something and then 4, something, and this something is simply nothing but fg of 2. Okay, this something is fg of 2 and this something is fg of 4. So what to say about this fg of 2 is again f of 2 into g of 2, and this fg of 4 is nothing but f of 4 into g of 4. And now this is equals to ordered pair 2, f of 2, image of 2 is 1 with respect to f, g of 2, image of 2 is 1 with respect to f, 1 into 1 is 1, 4 to image of 4 with respect to f is 1, image of 4 with respect to g is 2, 1 into 2 is 2. So this is f into g. Okay, so at the end you just memorize this particular idea. While writing these functions, the domain is simply domain of f intersection domain of g. That is very important. When you have that idea, it is easy to list all the elements and it is easy to find the domains for these type of functions. Okay, just have a look.